What's happening, Facebook? How y'all doing? Welcome to another edition of Messages in the Madness. Is yours truly, Longhorn the Comedian. I greatly appreciate y'all showing up this evening. Sunday night, yep, I'm here. Baby, I am here. Yeah, I'm in this. Yes, I'm actually wearing my bathrobe. That's what I'm wearing tonight. And I don't care because this is what I've been in all day. I haven't been anywhere. I haven't left the house. I've been in the house all day because I've been moving all week. I went to Centralia, Illinois this week, Springfield, Missouri. Then I was down in Bloomfield, Missouri. Right there, Bloomfield, Dexter, area. I know you don't know where it's at, but it was really pretty cool. Went and did a show down there Saturday at a place called the Stars and Stripes Museum, and it was actually where the Stars and Stripes magazine was started. So that was kind of cool. I It's been a busy week. Then last night I did a Zoom show last night for oh god, the group name of the group is on my page. So pardon me for not having it on top of mind. Let me get it here because it was really a lot of fun. Um, let's see here. The name of the group was the Veterans Breakfast Club, and it was in partnership with Resurrecting Lives Foundation and the Warrior Workout Network. So it's a bunch of folks on that. And it was myself, Rob Wills, Damon Gabbis, and Andrew Young on the show. And the gentleman who hosted the show did a phenomenal job. I got to give it to him. He did a phenomenal job. His name was Todd. Um, so Todd's a doctor, and then there was another doctor on the show, Dr. Gordon, who does work with veterans on TBI. If you don't know what a TBI is, it's traumatic brain injuries. And so Rob Wills is the one who got me involved in that. And I am so grateful because I had a great time talking with those people. And they had about 50, 60 people on the show last night. And what they were is they were veterans. There was a World War II veteran, and the rest of them were Korean and Vietnam era veterans on the show. And then all the other comedians that was on the show also were veterans as well, and they were, of course, younger veterans. It was just a phenomenal time, and we spent about an hour and a half on that show. I typically don't do the virtual shows because, to me, I guess you could say, I make a joke about it, but doing those virtual shows is like taking a blow up doll to the prom. It's just something wrong with that on so many levels because it's just weird. But they had, you could hear the laughter last night, so it really gave me a different feeling about the doing the virtual show. So I really enjoyed it. So again, welcome those of y'all that's popping in. I see a few y'all on the screen over there. Drop me a like or a thumbs up or something to let me know that you're here because I can just see the number, but I can't see you. So, but I do see Charlotte. I do see Nanette. Hey guys, hey y'all, glad to see y'all. Thank y'all for stopping in. Special shout out to my boy Terry Jones. He's in the hospital. Turns out his appendix ruptured, so he had to get a little something taken out. So y'all keep him in your prayers. The other reason why I'm in my robe today is because I have been. I had a granddaughter number 7 today. Number 2, Miss Princess August. Princess Izzy. Yes, and I'm just gonna say she will pop her out. Just check my Facebook page. I put a video of this. She smacked my head. Just smack up, smack up. I videotaped 30 seconds of it. She did it for about a minute, but she had a ball, and and quite frankly, it's hell. I have to admit, I loved every minute of it. Because she's only 2 once. Next thing you know, she'll be saying, "Papa, I'm getting married." So you got to appreciate those times that you have, with those little people like that. And I do. I really do. I did not prepare my show tonight. No, I did not because Papa was busy. Because she's been with me since about 2 o'clock. So Papa was a little busy. Oh, I do know the Cowboys lost today. Yeah, that was sad. But yeah, we lost today. So, but still a Cowboys fan. I don't care if they 0-18. Go Cowboys for life. I am a Cowboys fan. My message tonight, though, is going to be, like I said, I didn't prepare for it, but it's funny how life will put things in your path that will allow you to be ready when you don't even think you're ready. So my message tonight is sometimes we should not, some things we should not take for granted. And last night I learned something that I shouldn't take for granted, which of course is life in general. This week has been a very trying week for a lot of us because a lot of us, a lot of people saw something that they never thought that they would see. The president of the United States, number 45, came down with COVID. That right there twisted the cap for a lot of people. It Because he had been telling people, don't wear your mask, don't do this, don't do that. And then he turned around and got it. Well, I wish him no harm. I don't. I wish nobody any harm. I pray that he has a swift recovery. But the thing I pray most is that people don't take this for granted. Take it as a sign that, hey, all of us are vulnerable to something. And then, too, the show that I did last night with those veterans, a lot of them don't get out of the house. A lot of them don't leave except for doctor's appointments or going to the store. Some of them haven't been out since COVID. And so we take our freedoms for granted, being able to come and go as we choose and hang out and do what we want to do. But we rarely, and we take that for granted. And that's a freedom that we have. But there's a lot of people who don't have that freedom. Case in point, there was a young lady on the show last night, and I kind of picked her on it because, I could see everybody that was on the screen. But her name was Julia. I'm going to put this up on the screen as well. I'm going to share this with y'all. But this was a comment that she made to the gentleman who facilitated the show, Andrew Young. As he said, mission accomplished. Oops, went too far with that. Mission accomplished last night. This is what the community is all about right here. Thank you, the Warrior Workout Network, Rob Wills, Vernon Davis, Resurrecting Lives Foundation, Sean Rooker, Veterans Breakfast Club. But what she wrote was, I mentioned that, he said, I mentioned that Julia Parsons, a 99-year-old Navy wave, she was on CNN back in August as one of the World War II. She was a code breaker from the code breaker. But anyway, she was on the show last night. She was in the Zoom room watching the show last night. And she said, that was a great show. It occurred to me that living alone does not give rise to any laughter. And with the virus, I don't get out. Tonight, I laughed more than I have for months. It felt so good. I hope you can do more entertaining nights in the future. Thank you for the work you put into the pleasant event. For the record, neither you nor Longhorn talked too much. I could have listened for hours. And the reason why I wanted to share that with y'all is because we take our freedoms for granted. We really do. This is a 99-year-old wave. And again, ma'am, thank you for your service. Appreciate what you have done. But I watched these veterans sit there and they laughed and they enjoyed themselves because they can't get out. But there's a lot of people who can't get out. And they sat there and they watched us, and we were able to make them laugh and talk they didn't talk to us. The moderator talked to us and asked us various questions throughout the show. But you could tell that they really appreciated people taking the time to at least come to their phone or whatever device they was watching on. And it was phenomenal. And it was heart. It pulled at my heart a little bit. It really did, to be able to be a part of that. Everybody's not so fortunate. So that's why I say we take some things for granted. We take our freedom for granted. We take our health for granted. We take our finances for granted sometimes. But the reality of it is we don't know what's going to change tomorrow. We don't even know if we're going to be here tomorrow. So I have this little thing I do whenever I wake up. The first words out of my mouth is, thank you, Lord. I may not say a whole prayer, but I say that. And I'm not trying to push religion down your throat, so don't get me wrong. That's me. That's my thing. But I really thought about long and hard last night what those veterans are going through or what they could be going through. And the fact of the matter is, it could be either one of us. We got a regular viewer, Charlotte Dabney. She watches the show. Charlotte, she's a couple of years older than 55. And she doesn't get around as well as a lot of us, but she gets around, but she gets out and she gets moving, and she refuses to sit still. And honestly, every time I see Charlotte at an event, I can't do nothing but smile, because she could just be sitting back going, you know what, I can't do it. But she forces herself to do it because she's not taking today for granted. She's going to get out and seize it and enjoy as much of this life as she possibly can. And I know a number of people that are like that. Our neighbor, who I know is north of 80, but she does nothing. She, every chance she gets, she tries to help people and encourage people and do something for people. And it shows, because you'll see 3 or 4 or 5 cars pull up at her house a day, people checking on her. Oh, excuse me, that little girl wore me out. But people checking on her, just making sure she's okay. And the thing about that, though, is that she doesn't take anything for granted, and she's trying to live her life to the fullest every moment that she can. I try to do the same. I hope that you do the same. Don't take the time that you have for granted, because tomorrow is not promised. And I know I've said that once, but I'm gonna say it again. I said it again for a reason. Is that, unfortunately, this crisis that we're living through right now has kind of got us bogged down and slowed down. And we're staying in the house, and we're not so we're social distancing, we're staying away from people. We've gotten to the point to where some of us we've watched everything on Netflix and Amazon, and we're tired of talking to people on the phone. We want to get out and move around, but at the same time, we're a little hesitant, and it's understandable. But I need you to understand where I'm coming from, because nothing's promised. Nothing. So you need to not take it for granted. Your health, your eyesight, your hearing, being able to talk, being able to walk. Man, get up, move, do something. If you don't know, get up and walk around the neighborhood with your mask on, get out and do something. Talk to your family, talk to your friends, Facebook with them, FaceTime with them, do something. But don't take this time. The most precious thing that you have is time, and time is not something that's replaceable. Neither are you. Yeah, neither are you. You're not replaceable. There may be others that may come behind you, but you are not replaceable. So that was my takeaway from that show last night, is watching those veterans sit back in their chairs, wherever they were at in their homes. And there were some young people there, and there were some people who weren't veterans that also watched the show. But for them to be able to do such, and for me to be blessed with the opportunity to do that, means a lot. Charlotte said, "This is very true. My best friend through school just had a stroke Wednesday." I got a best friend of mine, Cousin T, who once I put this on Sunday. He was doing a show Monday. He had a stroke and he couldn't even tell you his name. So, and I know I've talked about this before on the show. I made a comment about I'm trying to do the best that I can, the most that I can now, because I don't know what's promised. I've watched so many comedians that were very good comedians and very good people who are no longer able to perform, and it just happened overnight. Their lives changed overnight. So I'm not taking my talent for granted. I'm not taking my time for granted. I'm not taking you for granted, because the next minute is not promised. So I'm begging you to do something for you. Do something for your family. Do something for your friends. Do something memorable. But don't take it for granted. And don't take anything for granted, because everything is very, very precious. So that's the message for tonight, y'all. I know it's kind of short and sweet and to the point, but that's what it is. So in the meantime, what do I got going on? I think I got another couple of Zoom shows coming up, and then the 23rd and 24th of October, I will be at the comedy at Backdoor Comedy in O'Fallon, Missouri. And then next month, I'm going to Evansville, Indiana. So I'm looking forward to that. Got a couple of things going on. So But wherever you're at or whatever you do, just know God loves you. I love you. Respect yourselves. Take care of our kids. Respect our vets. I'm Longhorn the comedian. Yes, in my bathrobe. God bless y'all. $2.